arrested Yemeni model in danger of forced virginity test. On May 7th, Amnesty International reported that a Yemeni model, Entisar Al-Hammadi, is at risk of undergoing a forced virginity test. She was arrested 2 months prior, for challenging social norms. According to the London-based NGO, according to a London-based NGO, Entisar was detained in February by plainclothes personnel in Sana'a. The 19-year-old was interrogated while blindfolded, physically and verbally abused, and subjugated to racist insults. She was also forced to confess to several offenses, including drug possession and prostitution. Her lawyer came to know about plans to subjugate her to a so-called virginity test from a prosecution team member. On April 21st, she was brought before public prosecution for questioning in the presence of her lawyer. There, her lawyer witnessed at the end of the interrogation Entisar being slapped by the prison manager. On April 27th, the public prosecutor prevented Al-Hammadi's lawyer from accessing her file, and a gunman then threatened him and told him to drop the case.
Wow. So I find it so interesting because we were talking about state and religious authority previously when we were talking about Spain, but here's another example of it and the charges not abiding by cultural norms. I mean, that's so arbitrary. It could mean anything that anybody wants it to mean, which is exactly why it is arbitrary, and so it's really, it can also put you in a dangerous position from your family as well. If the state's not doing it, anything that anybody perceives as somehow not playing the game, that could be anything because it's not stating what exactly she did.
Yeah. And so one thing that I didn't really mention is it's like the Houthi authorities that have basically kidnapped her and are putting her through this prosecution. So this is not like an internationally recognized government. It's kind of, they control so much of Yemen. It's like a de facto
It's technically
government.
the government, though.
Yeah. But very, I mean, the Houthis, we can't even talk about like what they believe in because it's not good. It's no good.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of blasphemy and sexy Kali, like me, then that means that you probably want more blasphemous art. Well, I have good news for you. If you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below, then you get a free booklet of some of the tastiest blasphemous art available today. So, if you want some of this delicious blasphemy, and we're so generous that we update it for you guys weekly for free, all you have to do is sign up for our newsletter below. You can also go to blasphemousart.com/ebook. That's blasphemousart.com/ebook. Sign up with your email, and you get free gifts of this tasty blasphemy. What could be better? So make sure you sign up. Link below.
And so in terms of what her challenging social norms were, growing up, she was always like very into fashion and she wanted to pursue an career in that industry. And so she became famous on social media for her photos of her wearing like traditional Yemeni clothing. And then she, as she gained popularity, would post photos outside of, Islamic dress code, including like not wearing the hijab, for example, at different photo shoots. And this is when she started to face a lot of criticism, which has culminated in her basically being kidnapped by these authorities, put through this so-called prosecution, and is at risk of going through this. Last I checked, it hasn't happened. This virginity test, which is basically just like state sexual abuse For what end? I don't understand. So what, like, obviously it's completely invalid. It's a form of sexual abuse. But what are the results of that supposed to tell you anyways?
That
How does that factor in?
I'm telling you, this is what they're going to say. So if she's not, then okay, well, she's a bad person for not being a virgin, but also she deserves the punishment because, see, she violated cultural norms. She's not a virgin. It's like this solution looking for a problem.
Yeah. It's so crazy. And just the conditions in which she's gone through since she's been kidnapped and what happened in her interrogation. And she's also subjected to a lot of really intense racism because she's also Ethiopian, which adds a whole nother layer to this. And then not to mention she's been forced to sign pre-written documents, with her fingerprints while she's blindfolded. It's really, and yeah, Armin?
No, finish.
No, go ahead.
All right, so I want to highlight this, which is very interesting. Let me finish my point, okay? Hossein is saying, do not try to associate these people's actions with Islam. People are not their religion, okay? Sure, okay, Hossein. We won't do that. However, I will scroll just a few comments up, and we will just examine your views, your Islamic views on what's okay, all right? Just me.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Yeah. So he's Hossein is like, hey guys, this is not Islam, okay? Don't blame Islam for what these people are doing, okay? Sure, Hossein. How about we associate Islam with your beliefs instead? How about we do that, okay?
Let's go.
Here's
1 minute. 1 minute prior.
1 minute prior.
The
Hossein
amount
is saying,
of self-awareness.
if she wasn't committing zina and adultery, I don't know, zina is adultery in Islam, basically. She's saying, if she wasn't doing adultery, she will be fine. So Hossein is saying that she deserves this. She deserves the punishment if she had committed adultery. So Hossein, we always say here on Atheist Republic that we don't need to embarrass Islam because Muslims do the 90% of the job for us, 95% actually, right? We don't even have to say anything. We just have to highlight your comments. We don't need you doing our work for us. People are like, oh, Armin, why are you guys embarrassing Islam? This is not right. Why are you attacking a religion? We don't. You do it for us. We just shine a light on you. So thank you, Hossein. You make our work so easy. Thank you. Anyways.
Also, I don't even know if I want to talk about it because it seems like we're validating it, which isn't true, but like virginity tests aren't reliable. That's not a thing. There are so many different ways in which a woman can lose her hymen while she's still a virgin.
Right.
Like it teaches it, and I don't even want to say you'll learn nothing from it because then that makes it seem like that's something that's worthwhile and valid to begin with. It's not. But I just think it needs to be said that, oh, if she hasn't committed zina and adultery, she is fine. Well, she could have never done it and still not have a hymen, and suddenly she's not fine.
All right. And let me also say something else. When you have sex, you don't lose anything. You gain an experience, a great experience, okay? So don't talk about having sex as in losing virginity. Talk about it as gaining an amazing experience, okay? You win when you have sex, have more sex, before marriage, after marriage, all the time. Just make it consensual. Just make it between adults.
During marriage? Can you throw in during marriage in there for the
Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Nope. No.
Just kidding.
Oh, you caught that quick, Rivka.
That's good. That's good, Rivka. That was good. That was good.
Hey guys, YouTube has fully demonetized our channel for supposedly hateful and harmful conduct, without telling us what we did wrong. If we get to 1,000 patrons, we will be able to keep paying all our team, our editors, our artists without ever having to worry about monetization again, which would be amazing. Yay! So please support Atheist Republic on Patreon. Link in the description below.